So this channel has become a channel of just stepping out of my comfort zone completely. And how you doing, brother? Yeah.
Bro, me and my friend, we literally live here. We're like, bro, we're gonna run into you one day.
I'll be outside, man. No problem, brother. Nice to meet you.
I love your content.
Thank you, man. The complete irony of saying that I stepped out of my comfort zone because I'm eating out in the complete open. I am in the mall in California Pizza Kitchen. So there's outdoor seating and the deck is literally outside where everyone can see me straight up. So I really feel like I'm in a fishbowl. And as soon as I turn the camera on and start talking, somebody came up. But again, I appreciate it. It doesn't bother me. It's just like, as a person who is normally just a very low-key person, I'm sitting here right outside with a camera and there's just mad people walking past. But either way, California Pizza Kitchen is a place that a lot of people really like. I've done twice on this channel. Both times we're outside in my car. So the pizza's not gonna be fresh at all, even if you bring in your car. You know, pizza's always better on the inside. And I've been pretty critical of it. So I said, you know what? I was in the mall the other day doing a vlog and I'm like, you know, let me just come back. In that video, I said, I'm doing recon. I realized pretty quickly there was outdoor seating. I was like, I'll be able to eat here and kind of just, not necessarily low key, but like little music and stuff like that. So I said, you know, let's do it. So we're at CPK today and let's see what it's hitting on. They really don't have a long list of appetizers here. There's only about 8 or 9 things. So I wasn't sure what to get. I've had most of their appetizers. I just wanted to get something pretty simple. So I got their white corn guacamole and chips. So a little different of a vibe with their guac. It has avocado, corn, jicama, red onion, cilantro, and then spicy peppers. And it says it's made to order, but with fresh lime and blue and white corn tortilla chips. I have never, the one thing I've always known about California Pizza Kitchen, they're obsessed with red onion because when they say they put red onion on something, they're gonna put red onion on something. As you can see in the B-roll, there's a ton of red onion on here. I'm not necessarily mad at that, but you always notice that. The other thing is I guess they just presentation-wise, they don't really mix this up. There's a lot of corn in here, so I'll do it myself. Like normally when you get guac, it's kind of mortared and pestled and it's very like mixed up, but this isn't. I did a little mixing myself. So there's your guac this time. I'm gonna grab a blue corn chip. These chips feel like they're gonna break. It takes a while for the flavors to start to hit you. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but in the beginning, I'm just like, wow, okay, this is really bland. Then all of a sudden, I got smacked in the face by like 7 different flavors. So let me break this down. It's actually pretty damn good. It's very different, but in a good way. I need one more. I wanna get this serrano pepper. They got a big pepper right here. A lot of peppers actually, look at that. I'll give you one more. It's good. Again, you almost have to mash it up yourself, which for some people could be a good thing because some people like their guacamole a little chunkier and some like a little creamier. So you can mix it how you want to. But you get that white corn, which adds a flavor profile in and into itself. But then that sharp ass red onion, and then the citrus from the lime, and then the spice from the serrano peppers. I'm like trying to process all this because it is a lot. The jicama doesn't really add anything, but the corn and everything else, it really does. And what it makes for is a guac that is very different from all the ones I've had before. Now, I'm a noob to the guac game because I didn't start eating it until 2 years into this YouTube channel, but I've grown to really enjoy it. And this is a damn good guac. I wouldn't necessarily call this traditional or anything, but I would call it damn good. I'm gonna give this an 8. I think the best chain guac I've had was from Rosa Mexicana, which they mix like right tableside. But this might be second. I also need to make this statement. When I first came here, it took them 10 minutes for somebody to like actually ask me what I wanted to drink, which it's not that busy. So I was like, you know, maybe they're understaffed. I'm not joking with you. Maybe everybody's in the kitchen because my guac, as I was eating this, I saw the person walking towards me and both of my entrees are already out. So I got 2 entrees, like I said. I started with the barbecue chicken pizza because it's the most popular thing here and everybody talks about how good it is. I've been hit or miss on it, but I've never had it inside. And then I got the burnt ends mac and cheese. They had this whole crazy mac and cheese menu that looked interesting. And I've been eating their mac and cheese. So I said, you know what? Let's try that again. All right, let's start with the barbecue chicken pizza. Now, I know they cook these in that oven, which this pizza comes out really quick, but you got the red onions, the barbecue sauce, the cilantro, and then, of course, the chicken. You can add pineapple and bacon if you want to. I added neither. It's a pale ass, but you know you want to see it. It's okay. It's not great, but it's good. Is it better than when I got it outside? Absolutely. Being inside with the dough being fresher makes all the difference between this being incredibly mid to I can see why people like this. It isn't my pizza preference, which I've always said about CPK, but nonetheless, It's a decent pizza. I don't hate it anywhere near as much as I used to. A little close up on the dough. If this is your pizza preference, I can see why you really like this. But even for me, who it isn't, this is a more than passable, more than adequate piece of pizza. So much to the point that I'm getting another slice, which is a good sign. I always felt like there were more red onion on this in the past, and now it just seems like there's not the same amount. I remember coming here with my family, and I didn't want this pizza, but they were eating it. And it was like piles of red onions on here, but maybe that was just my childhood memory. I'm getting old. Like, it's good. There's just enough barbecue sauce on this. It's not drenched in it, but the base is also a barbecue base, but that one's a little bit more of like, it congeals when you heat it up, but they added just enough of a drizzle on it. Not an overly saucy slice. The dough is very, that distinct brick oven, kind of like chewy dough that some people like, and I don't necessarily care for that much. As you can see, I'm also not eating the crust. I just think it's kind of like, maybe if you dip it in the guac. I still got some guac over here. Again, not my type of pizza, but I think it's okay. Like, would I eat this again? Yeah, it wouldn't be my first choice here. I can see why people like it. It's good in the guac. I gave this like a 5.5 last time. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. It's decent. I also just want to take a piece of chicken from here. Try this chicken out. Chicken's a little dry in its own, but on the pizza, it really wasn't. So I'm not mad at it. But let's play a little musical chairs. So it's a decent pizza. This is something that, like, if I was with a bunch of people, I would get it and share like 2-3 pies and just try to take slice, because I couldn't eat a whole pie of this, but it's not bad. Then we have the brisket mac and cheese. So there was 5 different kinds, but this one sounded the most interesting. I haven't had burn ends in a minute. I said, why the hell not? This one has brisket burn ends, which is the top part of that brisket. I love burn ends. I used to go out of college in the Midwest, in Kansas City. If you know, you know. But barbecue sauce, smoked Gouda, and then some mutts. But then they also have pickled onions and cilantro on the top. I got this in the car, bro, and I like this still don't look good. This looked like, this is crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna try it, bro. Just keep an open mind. All right, let's try the mac and cheese. This costs $20, by the way. This is the least cheesy mac and cheese I've ever eaten in my life. I want this bite with the red onion. This is weird, because if you told me this was mac and cheese, I'd tell you were a liar. If you told me this was like brisket pasta, I would believe that. The other stuff in this, pickled onions are something I really like, so I like that a lot. Maybe if nah, there's no cheese in here, bro. There's only some melted cheese on the top, but underneath, there's literally no cheese. This looks like pasta helper. The thing about it is, I want to try this brisket. It's not bad. That's a fatty piece, which I like. Okay. As a mac and cheese, respectfully, this sucks. As just like a brisket pasta, it's okay, because I like the pickled onions, barbecue sauce, and brisket. The pasta is just really leaves something to be desired. It's like they didn't even attempt to put cheese in this, and it's really weird. So paying $20 for this, I'm like, it's immediate refund territory. I like the burnt ends and the pickled onions, and I feel like I'm just picking them out at this point. And you do get a pretty fair amount of them in here. Definitely not $20 worth. So as a mac and cheese, this gets like a 3 out of 10. As just the pasta, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. I would like to see this. I know they put this brisket on a pizza. I feel like that would hit. I should have got a brisket pizza. So I just verified it. The burnt ends barbecue pizza is everything you see on the top of this without the mac on a pizza. Would have won 1,000 times better. Because I find myself picking out these toppings. I'm going back to the pizza. At least I know now. But don't get their mac and cheese, bro. People, okay, if you like it, I'm not here to judge, I'm here to ask. What about this mac and cheese do you say this is a really good mac and cheese? Because calling this mac and cheese, there's no cheese in it. It's crazy. I don't know. Just give me the burnt ends. And the pickled onions. So their butter cake, which I've had in the car, was really good in the damn car. And I said, you know, I'm definitely gonna do the butter cake here as well. So I got their mini butter cake flight so I could try 3 different kinds. Now there are 4 in total, but you only get 3. I probably could have just gotten 4 and asked for another one, but doesn't matter. Anyway, I got a smoked bacon and maple, a fresh strawberry puree, and then their dark chocolate and brownie crumble. So I know they're at least good, but I'm interested to see which one is the best one. If you get a single butter cake, which is a little bit bigger, it costs $10. The flight is $14.79. All right, let's start off with this fresh strawberry, little ice cream. Definitely needs the ice cream. Last time I got the larger one, and I feel like it might be a bit of a discrepancy here. Scratch what I just said. That's delicious. You got to get it with the ice cream because by itself, it's a little dry. That's my only real complaint. But the flavor on it is so rich, smooth, buttery. And then I keep talking about that tartness that I really like from like strawberries with my dessert. And then there's like a little bit of this crust on the bottom. It's damn good, man. It's gonna be tough to beat. These ones are a little more different. I'm gonna be weird and go all the way to the right on this one because this one looks the most interesting. This again is that smoked bacon and maple. I'm gonna do the first bite with no ice cream just because I really want to taste it. I had to turn my spoon around so you can get some of the bacon action because it's on the other side. I am not sure what the hell to think of that. I mean, it is bacon through and through, and it almost feels like breakfast. Like if you're one of those people who put like syrup on their bacon with their pancakes, some people like eat it all together. This almost tastes like that because the butter cake is kind of similar to a pancake with the flavor because of that like really buttery taste to it. All right, let's do the ice cream though. That is interestingly good. It's a little salty, a little sweet, very rich, and then the texture and the warmth from the butter. And then even with this ice cream, I'm surprised that like this really does work very well. I feel like I'm eating breakfast dessert, but it's still really good. I did not expect this to hit this hard because at first I was confused, but then you just got to let it happen. Whipped cream, ice cream, maple, bacon, all in one bite. That beat the strawberry. It's good. I like different when different's good. And then finally, we have the brownie one. So it's dark chocolate with a brownie crumble. I like all three of these. And it's good with the flight. Even though they're all butter cakes, they're all so different that I really do feel like I got three entirely different desserts. Not just covered butter cakes, but they all have such a different flavor profile that reminds me of different things that I feel like I got three different desserts. The brownie is surprisingly, even though they're little pieces, seems like a pretty good tasting brownie. I'm gonna get ice cream and all of this. All three are fire. This one reminds me of like the most traditional desserts that are at every chain restaurant, which is some variation of what I would call like a brownie sundae, brownie bottom pie, brownie overload. You get what I'm saying when you get that warm brownie with the chocolate syrup and the ice cream on the top of it. Like every chain place serves that. And that's what it tastes like, but a little different because of that butter cake, which adds a different element to it. And it works well. Then you have this cherry, that's a strawberry. You have this strawberry dessert, which kind of gives you like a strawberry tart or even like a cheesecake kind of flavor, but it works very well. And then you have this maple bacon one, which is just this out of bounds. They even seems like they caramelized this one a little bit more on the outside. There's more of a crust. That completely feels left field, but works really well. And all three of these are excellent. Like, this is a fun dessert to get for anybody who wants to try different desserts in one, or you can't decide. Definitely a good choice. And this, one of the better desserts I've had at any chain, just for the almost fun of it and the experience that you get eating three different desserts in one. Very enjoyable and gets a 9. All three of these are good. Really nice. So my total bill before tip and everything, of course. Coke Zero, $3.69. White corn guac and chips, $8.99. Barbecue chicken pizza, $19.49. Burnt ends mac and cheese, $19.99. And the mini butter cakes were $14.79. Comes out to $71.41. Do I think that's worth it? Atmosphere, chilling with people, splitting pizzas, yeah. I would say just don't get the mac and cheese. Everything else I don't necessarily mind. I don't think it's necessarily the worst thing in the world. Like, I don't necessarily think the pizza is worth $20, but you kind of know what you're in for when you sit down and eat pizza here. So I'm not mad at that. The only real issue I have is that barbecue chicken pizza. Other than that, it was pretty cool. Would I come here again? Absolutely. I wouldn't come here alone, but definitely with some friends, split some pizzas, kind of like a family style where you can try different things. I think it's pretty cool. And the butter cake flight, I'll come here just for that. I'll get that in the guac and leave. Like, being real. But anyway, this was cool. I wanted to come inside to try it. Is it better than I thought it was? Yes. Is it elite like some people say it is? To me, no. But it all depends on your preferences, like I always say. But I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm about to take a little stroll around the mall, see what we can find for the second channel. We'll be back.
Tomorrow, more content, men and hand signs. They made it to YouTube.